And hello, my brave knights, princesses, and princesses. Welcome to Let's Look at Machine Hunt. The music is rocking and rolling. So, when I looked at the pictures of this game, this reminded me of Mecha Assault back in the day. Only instead of you controlling these sites, you're shooting at them, and they're shooting at you, and you're just a guy with a gun, as it were. So, we'll see how this is.
When an advanced weaponry base goes dark, George Flo is sent in to check things out. When boarded the transport carrier, the mention of advanced weaponry development brought back flashbacks. Flo remembered the day many years prior when he was at school. He remembered sitting in the office and staring outside the window for his parents to arrive. He remembered waiting and watching, and no one ever showing up. Likely one of the most devastating sights was that of a police car driving up to the school. Its pace was slow. All George remembered was pain. His parents were dead, gone forever. It felt surreal at the time. His father had been presenting newest and most versatile combat robot to date, the real achievement of artificial intelligence. The machines had rebelled during the demonstration. They'd killed everyone. The carrier finally landed. Everything seemed quiet and calm. One thing in particular, no people. Something was definitely wrong. No sooner had George come to that conclusion than did he come to another unusual discovery. All radios were useless. Something was blocking communications in and out. Jamming signal must have been emanating from a generator somewhere. Going over the map and checking the records, he found that there was only one place that fit the necessary description. This was his next stop. The generator just sat at the center, with an unusual metal plate. He looked closer. On the plates were written the words, "Destroy me." That's when the attack finally came.
Interesting. Kind of feels like I'm playing that Dinosuar game again, where there was nothing but one screen and monologue. But that's fine. So did I get to ride in one of these things? No? Wow. That was easy. So this is literally like that dinosaur game I played recently, only with mechs.
The battle was tough. The generator was completely destroyed. He looked back, felt his heart quicken. Flashbacks forced themselves to the front of his mind. He remembered his parents had been torn apart by the cold machinery. Suddenly, he was a child again. He couldn't take his eyes off the scene. He was frozen. A sound brought him back to reality. The sound of metal footsteps that were rapidly approaching.
Thud, thud. Trying to add more to it. I feel like this game was made by them. I should probably look and see. If it is, I'm going to be amazed. This definitely feels like something they would do. I mean, I had fun with the Dinosuar game, but it was so bad. It was one of those, game was so bad it's good kind of things. Alright. Where's the mech? There it is. There's two of you this time. Ow. I get out of here. I need to get out of the range. What else do I have? There isn't even a reload animation, it's just the sound of you reloading. This game's amazing. Oh, there's one behind me somewhere. You even have the jumping noises. Woo!
No luck with the generator. Jamming signal was still there. As George made his way, he couldn't resist the feeling that this place was kind of familiar.
Duh.
Identify or die. George turned his head. A warbot was standing there, ready to fire its weapons should it receive the wrong answer. He didn't waste a second. He raised his own weapon and prepared to do the same.
Well, at least the after battle talks aren't long. You know, I'd like a mech of my own. Give them a taste of their own medicine. What is this? I don't know. It's a barrel. Barrels. Do I get a boss? Or I could just click out of the screen. How are you even dangerous? These guys must be amazing if they're ever able to take down bots in like 4 shots.
It was much more powerful than the others. He removed the plate from his head and pulled the cord from the back. He plugged the cord into an implant in his arm and switched on the helmet cam. George was able to see and hear the last recording. There was an entire squad of machines. Then the footage went fuzzy, but he could still hear a little of the encounter. One thing stuck out over the audio. Test failed. Initiate repeating sequence. Soon after, George started to feel dizzy. He looked at his arm. An alarm was buzzing. There had been a virus in the footage. Everything went dark for a few minutes until the antivirus system activated. He shook his head. He had to stay focused. A pack of bots was just waiting.
So here's a question. How can just little one us be able to take on all these guys when a whole platoon failed to? Plot armor. That's the answer. I don't get any other guns except these two. Oh well. Why do headshots even count? That's another question I want to ask. Why do they matter? Why are these bots going after little old me? I'm just one person. I didn't ask for this. Whoa! Hi. Can I ride you? No? Fine. Apparently, I was an inanimate object to it.
While on the move, he discovered another footage from one of the bots. It contained several videos about research done in the facility. However, one seemed interesting in particular. The entry mentioned that they had finally delivered a perfect patient zero for the cyberhuman program. The patient's whole family had been marked murdered, and he was in a clinical death state. George sighed. The scenario had hit a little too close to home. It almost came as a relief when he heard the sound of warbots fast approaching.
Here's a dumb question. When am I gonna get better guns? Oh, I'm actually out of ammo with this thing. Cool. Oh, hi guys. According to OBS, I'm running this at 18 frames. I'll have to look at the video afterward to be sure. Oh. That's it?
George came along on other footage. However, this one was very short. Find me. That's all. The warbots had not been idle. They were waiting.
I think I'm good. If you guys want to, well, I'm not saying if you guys want to see more of this game, I'll play more. It's just, if you do, let me know, but I should look and see if this was made by the same people who made the Dinosuar game that I played not too long ago. So with that said, leave a like and subscribe because there's room for more, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye, everybody.